Hello and welcome to another exciting and inspirational edition of the Helping Hand TV show. As you know, the Helping Hand will focus on the abilities of persons with disability. H4P is 10 years old. We are bringing dignity to disability.
H4P, here for perfection. You have made changes to people's lives that you are perhaps not aware of. Every Saturday when I watch this show, I feel more heard. I feel more visible. I feel like somebody is speaking my mind. The show has brought enough evidence that these are awesome people who are doing great things. They are helping their families, institutions, churches, nation.
Remember that disability is not inability. Hello and welcome to another exciting and inspirational edition of the Helping Hand TV show, where we seek to throw the spotlight on the abilities of persons with disability. You are with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. H4P is 10 years old and we are celebrating the goodness and the mercies of God. I'll go for a quick commercial break. When I come back, I'll introduce you to my guest. Stay tuned.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, H4P is 10 years old. Hooray! God has been so good. He has blessed us all these years. The Here for Perfection organization, H4P, is a non-governmental organization based in Ghana with the focus to create and promote sustainable peace, health, human rights and nation building through its nationwide anti-malaria campaign and special advocacy for persons with disability. H4P is celebrating 10 years of bringing dignity to disability, 10 years of being the voice of ability on air for persons with disability, 10 years of unearthing potentials of persons with disability for national participation in international competitions, 10 years of creating indelible handprints through our community projects, 10 years of advocating for national policies to the benefit of the disability community. Ajiko to the CEO and staff of H4P organization. H4P, bringing dignity to disability. H4P, perfection is our passion.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, you are with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability, and today I want to introduce you to someone with so much ability. Some people call her the greatest friend, others call her the sweet companion, and others still call her the faithful worker. She is dependable, reliable, and adorable, and she's committed to lending you a helping hand anytime, anywhere. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome DV Cleaners.
DV Cleaners Alata Samuna Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Aloe Vera Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Body Lotions, DV Cleaners Hair Shampoos, DV Cleaners Hair Conditioners, DV Cleaners Liquid Detergents, DV Cleaners Hand Wash, DV Cleaners Floor Cleaners, DV Cleaners Toilet Cleaners, DV Cleaners Cake Soaps, and now introducing DV Cleaners Hand Sanitizers. For bulk purchase, call us on +233 278 308 246 or +233 244 467 326. DV Cleaners, one of the top most made in Ghana products. DV Cleaners, proudly Ghanaian.
And so remember that anytime you purchase any of the DV Cleaners range of products, you are lending a helping hand to a person with disability, and you are supporting H4P organization's special advocacy for persons with disability. DV Cleaners,
Nature's finest touch.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. I have here with me in the studio Mildred Boy, and she's going to share her life with us. She has an interesting story, an amazing story. Mildred, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
I want to start off with your family. I think you have a beautiful family. Let's talk about your family.
I have 4 boys. And then
4 boys.
Yeah, 4 biological boys.
Okay.
And then a girl I took from a friend who died in 2017. So I have 5 children in all with a wonderful husband.
That is amazing. You have adopted one girl?
Yes, I took her from a place around Jamestown.
Okay.
Where I had met the mother who had cancer, but she didn't know.
Oh.
So she died later on when I was trying to help.
Wow.
So I thought it wise to pick the girl. They are actually two, a boy and a girl.
Okay.
And then to help them out from that vicinity. So I just decided to help.
You have a good heart.
By God's grace.
Let me let my viewers know your condition now. With your disability, what can't you do for now before we come to the story? Okay. What is your condition now? Okay, are you in pain?
I am not, for now I am not in pain.
Okay.
But I use the crutches to walk.
Okay.
And then I have a huge gap in my left leg. Okay. I lift most of my slippers to that lane. Okay. And then I walk with the aid of the crutches. Okay. Yeah.
So do you easily get tired when you walk, or you are fine health-wise?
I am fine. When I get tired, I rest.
Okay.
Yes. But for now, I am fine. I am not in any pain now.
We thank God.
So
we thank God.
I am fine. Let me say
your story is so incredible, so amazing, unbelievable. I read your story and I am amazed. What were you doing before then, maybe academically or professionally? What were you doing before the accident?
So to start with, I got married early.
Was it intentional?
Yes.
Or you fell in love and you went to the flow?
No, I have always wanted to get married early.
Oh, okay.
Even as a young child, I was always happy to have my children early in life. I don't know why, but I felt that I wanted to have my children early enough.
I'm sure that was God directing you, right?
Yes, and parts worked according to the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got married at what age?
At 22.
Okay.
By 21, 22, I was married.
Okay.
Yes. So that was in early 98.
Okay.
98, 99. I was just after secondary school.
Okay.
So I got married. And
you had 4 strong boys?
Yes, I have, with 2 years interval. So by 30, I wanted to grow with my kids.
Okay.
That was the mindset. I wanted to grow with them and then continue whatever education I want to do after childbirth.
Wow.
I remember my dad telling me that childbirth and marriage cannot wait, but school can wait. Wow. I mean, he used to say that. I guess that's when the inspiration came.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You sound very orderly, very planned. You seem to project things. Is that the case?
Yes, I like to plan. I've always wanted to plan and see myself working towards the plan. And God, amazingly, God also, directs my plans as I go along. So it worked according to plan.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, H4P is 10 years old and we are celebrating the goodness of God. And today on the episode, we are celebrating a special woman. She's sharing her life and her story with us. I'll go for H4P Tit Bits. I'll be right back. Stay tuned.
It's H4P Tit Bits time. The H4P National Inter-Schools Disability Fund Games encourages parents to give education to their children with special needs and not lock them up in their homes. The H4P National Inter-Schools Disability Fund Games fosters unity, togetherness and cooperation between the special education schools. The H4P National Inter-Schools Disability Fund Games creates an enduring environment where persons with disability are encouraged to be valuable contributing members of society. As you call to the CEO and staff of H4P organization, H4P, bringing dignity to disability. H4P, perfection is our passion.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability and for persons with disability. As we celebrate the goodness of God for 10 years of bringing dignity to disability, we are celebrating a special woman, Mildred Boy, and she's sharing her life with us. Mildred, again, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
So you planned very well, and the plan went very well. 4 strong boys plus your husband, 5. Okay, so 4 strong boys and 1 man. I was almost going to say 5 boys, but
yes.
that would be a house full for you.
Yes. In fact, everything was perfect for me.
So here you are, I'm getting onto your story. Here you are managing a whole military camp in the house, 4 boys and your husband, and something unfortunate happened.
Yes.
Talk to me about it.
Very, very tough to talk about. But like I said, God has the plan. And I guess I follow the plans of God as well. So in 2007, I had my last boy.
Okay.
And then we had a small party in the house for him in 2008, 6th March.
Okay.
So that was a Saturday. We had done everything. The boy was fine.
Everybody was excited.
Everybody was excited. So we were good to go for the next 10 years. 2008, 11th March, I was in a shop. I ran a small shop along the Teshi Main Road, La Scala area. So I ran a small business shop there. I had closed from work, and then I said I was going to prepare stew for the family that evening. I don't know, but I was so much,
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're doing so well.
Forgive me.
It's fine. It's fine.
That evening, I wanted to make kontomire stew for the family.
Wow. So
I went to the Teshi market, bought kontomire. I went home, started preparing the kontomire. I was able then. My leg, there was nothing about me. I was okay. On lifting the pot from the stove, the handle of the pot broke. So with the hot kontomire and everything, it poured on me. And slippery as kontomire is, I slipped. Yeah, I slipped and then I fell somewhere. We just thought it was...
Were there other people in the family?
Yes,
that were
my
in the
husband
house?
was home then, but the kids were young that time. So I screamed. So my husband came out, saw me on the floor, and then we thought that he would even try lifting me, and I told him, oh, I can get up. So I got up.
Were you not bent? Didn't you have something?
I got bent. I got bent, and I didn't know my thigh was broken then.
With a fall?
With a fall.
Oh my God.
I didn't know. So he tried lifting, and I told him I could. So he held me anyway, and then we went and sat in the sofa.
You would be in a lot of pain.
Very. I was not even looking at the bend, but within some few minutes, 5-10 minutes, my thigh began swelling. I didn't know there was, a fracture then. But I tried to get up, and I felt that I could fall. So I told him we should go to the hospital that evening.
It means when you fell on your side?
Yes. I don't know how the fall happened. I only found myself
on the floor,
sleeping, far away from where I was standing. So I broke my femur. I didn't even know, because we thought that, well, I had fallen, but maybe the bend was what we were really concentrating on. So my thigh started swelling. he said no, we should apply some rub there. We applied, and it was still, within a twinkle of an eye, the thing was growing big.
Wow.
So we had to...
So by that time, it was evening, I guess?
It was evening. It was getting to around 9 in the evening.
Wow.
Yes, in the evening. So we had to look for a hospital to go. Immediately we rushed to police hospital.
Okay.
Getting an X-ray machine to work is another story.
At the police hospital?
Yes. All the X-rays that were done were not coming out. It was either, at a point, the X-ray machine went off.
Wow.
Whilst I was still lying there.
And this is 2008?
This is 2008, yeah, 2008.
And X-ray machines were not working?
It was when we got there.
Okay.
Until I was put on the X-ray
okay.
board. And the guy who was, attending to us kept wondering who we were and why we were coming, to the hospital, and then things are beginning to break down. We couldn't get the X-ray there. So we waited till almost midnight. They tried fixing it because there was no place we could go there. So they tried. And then we got
I won't be surprised they would even have some spiritual connotations to it.
Yes, they did. In fact, they did. They did. They said so many things. Yes. So we got the X-ray.
Finally?
Yes, finally. And then they told us that they don't do surgery, bone surgery there. There is no orthopedic hospital at police hospital. So they referred us to Ridge Hospital.
Okay.
So we went to Ridge. Getting a bed was another story.
Oh my God.
Yes. So around this time, we were almost getting into 2 a.m. in the morning. And I thought that...
And you were still in pain?
I was in pain. I was in pain. So I had painkillers, and I was taken in the car whilst my husband go around looking for bed.
So this incident happened at 9 p.m. Now we are around 2 a.m.
Yes. We wasted a lot of time getting the X-ray and then going.
And you go to Ridge and there's no bed?
There is no bed. Eventually we got the bed, but it was almost in the morning.
Wow.
And even that, it was in the corridor. One of their corridors there. I had to lie with the dead body.
Really?
Yes, somebody was dead by my side. They said there was no bed, so I could just chalk around that place. And then
my God.
In the morning, they would get me a bed.
But that would traumatize you. It would... Knowing that was a dead body?
I got to know later.
Okay,
because the person was covered, but I was dealing with my own.
Yeah.
I was dealing with my own pain, and I was just wishing that it would be something that would take me that long in the hospital. So I was just concentrating on myself.
So eventually, did you find a bed?
We found a bed. Getting a doctor to do a surgery is another story.
My goodness. We'll come to that story. Let me go for 60-second success. This story is interesting. I promise you, my guest is not going anywhere. I'll be right back.
Focus. True grit. Keep going. Keep your eyes on the prize. No stopping, because winning is not an option. It's 60-second success with a bishop. Stay tuned.
Welcome to 60-second success with a bishop. Today I want to talk about having a mindset for success. What goes on in your mind eventually plays out in your life. The first step in achieving success is thinking and feeling successful. The feeling of success is important in achieving success. Feeling successful has much to do with how you personally define success. Do you define success as having more money, more recognition over possessions? Do you define success by other people's achievements? Do you define success as feeling happy with who you are and being grateful, extremely grateful for the gift of life? Successful people know that it is important, absolutely important, to have a healthy mindset of success, because if you feel successful, it is more likely to become successful. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability and for persons with disability. This story is amazing. My special guest is Mildred Boy, and she's sharing her life, her story. Incredible. X-ray machines not working, no beds at hospitals. Mildred, now you find a bed, you have to go through surgery.
Yes, getting a doctor. In the morning, I was told by a nurse that a doctor will come and attend to me. The doctor came around 11 a.m. that morning to say that there's a queue. In fact, a queue for the surgery.
But had they seen your condition?
I guess so, because they took history as usual.
Okay.
So I knew I was going to go into a surgery, and then I knew that some way, somehow, I'll have to spend some time in the hospital.
Was it not an emergency?
It was. That is what I thought. The doctor said I should either be in the queue or he has a private place, a hospital that he could do the surgery.
Okay, I get it. So either you are in the queue at Ridge or you go to his private hospital.
Yes.
My goodness. Which would be more expensive, I guess.
It was more expensive those times.
So did that mean that it was only one doctor available?
That is for God to answer.
Wow.
But the doctor that I was assigned to is terrible.
You opted for the private hospital?
Yes, we opted for the private hospital because I was in so much pain.
Yeah.
And the leg was swelling by the day. So I spent 2 days there. Whilst there, my husband was also trying to look for another hospital.
Okay.
So that probably if Ridge is not possible, we could be transferred to. So we tried Koforidua St. Joseph, but we couldn't. They said same bed issue. Okay. So we decided to go with the doctor's private hospital. I was transported to the private hospital. I didn't see because I was in an ambulance.
Was it in Accra here?
Yes.
Okay.
In Accra, Tantara Hills. That was where the hospital was.
Okay.
And so this is about the 3rd day after the fall.
My goodness.
Yes, and I was in so much pain.
And your kids are at home?
Yes, yes, they are. They are at home. Yes, the kids are at home. And my husband kept moving up and down. So at a point, he had to stay so that my mom would take over. Then we see the way forward. We were able to arrange an ambulance. In fact, the doctor arranged an ambulance for us and the nurses there to his private hospital for me to have the surgery. Okay. That was the 3rd day. Yes, the third day then. And I was assured, in fact, that this wouldn't take more than 3 months to heal. So I knew that even if I was going to go through that pain, it wouldn't be for that long. Okay. That was my assurance with the nurses. And I agreed. I was excited. Wow. So on going to the doctor's private hospital, we had the surgery. But interestingly, when I was put on the surgical bench for the surgery to start, I felt something could go wrong. Yes, I just felt it. So I told the doctor I was not going to go. I don't want to do the surgery again. They thought that I was being difficult.
Or emotional?
Or probably emotional. Or I was doubting them, which they don't like to hear. Yeah. So they assured me. But I kept insisting that I feel something will not go well.
Did you tell your husband also?
I was in the theater with the doctors there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow.
Yes. So the first instance was when I was sedated and then the oxygen mask was put on my nose. They had not taken my breath out and then they put the oxygen mask. Something went wrong. Yes. I went through a lot in that hospital. Finally, they did the surgery. The first surgery went wrong.
What happened?
What happened? The doctor put, from where, it was just from the x-ray that was shown to me, that we did at police hospital. It was just a small fracture, a small fracture that could have even been bandaged, and then I could, you know, be fine within some time. But this doctor did the wrong surgery, let me put it that way. He put a long nail from my hip into the knee. And I don't know what happened. I was asleep then, but I guess the nail or the metal that he put went into my knee. So 3 days after the surgery, I couldn't sit because the metal was longer than my hip. The metal has gone into my knee and then it has gotten into my hip bone. So I could not sit. So he tried asking me to sit on the third day. I could not. And he thought I was being difficult as usual.
Was it painful?
You can't even imagine.
Wow.
Excruciating pain. And they tried forcing me to sit. So on forcing me to sit, I guess I broke more bones.
Mildred, let me go for a break. Let me go for a break. We'll go for a commercial break and we'll be right back. It's a Helping Hand TV show. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the feedback segment on the Helping Hand TV show. We appreciate your comments on our social media platforms, the phone calls and mails we receive from you. We also appreciate your concerns. We'll do our best to address them.
Feedback from Ifwa Educhuma of Anko, Ghana. God bless you, Bishop, for this informative and educational program. Our health sector needs to improve upon their services. We are appealing to our medical personnel to give a little more attention and care to our health needs in order to avoid such cases of negligence. Thank you.
You can send your comments or questions to our email, thehelpinghandtvshow@gmail.com. You can also send an SMS or WhatsApp message to +233 209 555 777 or +233 596 313 338. You can follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Helping Hand TV Show. You can send your donations to support children with disability with our disability advocacy drive. Simply dial *887 *2# on all networks. Select donate, enter the code H4P, enter the amount, enter your reference and state how often you wish to pay. Authorize payment and voila, you're on your way to support a child with disability. God bless you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability for persons with disability. Mildred Boy is my guest. Amazing story, riveting story. Mildred, thank you so much for your story, but more than that, thank you for being strong.
I think the strength comes from God. God has been my strength. In fact, I couldn't have been here without God. I couldn't have been. God.
Let's pick up your story again. So a long nail is put and it enters your knee. Now you are being forced to sit. Didn't the doctor know that this is what I have done with the surgery and so it's going to cause you so much pain and you broke more bones?
I think that after every surgery, you have to go for an x-ray.
Okay.
After every orthopedic surgery, you have to go. But he didn't have an x-ray machine at his hospital. So I have to be driven back from Tantara Hills to Ridge Hospital. That was another pain.
But how is that possible? If you are doing surgery at the hospital, you don't have x-rays? How is this possible?
We could not get an x-ray even around Tantara Hill in the hospital. So we came back to Ridge. And that was where he even realized that the nail, after the x-ray, he even realized that the nail was too long.
Too long.
And the screws he had put in, some of them were beginning to bend and all that.
Wow.
When he told me we have to go back again
for another surgery,
for another surgery, my mom that day almost collapsed.
My goodness.
Because I was already in too much pain.
My goodness.
So, unfortunate, but I have to go back so that the nail will be taken off.
But he had worsened the situation.
Yes, at that point, the situation was getting worse. So,
was that surgery going to be for free?
He said that is what he said, but we paid. I think we paid some of the meds, the medications that he used. We paid some part.
But the harm has been caused.
Well, so we went back to the theater. Even at the theater, I don't know what they did to me because I was asleep.
Okay.
And according to the nurses, some of the nurses I became friends with in the hospital, how they took out the nail. Because it has been screwed into the bone and they were forcing it out. Everybody was trying to pull. Yes.
What?
Yes. So I was just dead on the table, on the bench there, and I guess they were all trying to take it out because it was not coming off. And so I ended up breaking all my thigh bone. He put another metal. So now what I went there with, the small fracture has become something very big that he could not even put the nail that they will put, but he has to put a plate to cover up the bone that has been, destroyed due to the forceful nature they were using to take out there. So he put a plate and then put another nail. This time, the nail worked, and the plate also worked. But the leg got infected. My bone, after 1 week, I guess after 3 or 4 days after that surgery, water started discharging from the wound because he cut from my knee to the hip.
Oh my goodness.
So the switching that was done, he left spaces, big spaces in there. And
a professional doctor. Mildred, let me cross over to Elorm for a spot of music. We need this music. Let me cross over and then we'll come back. I'm thinking, viewers, how old was this doctor? How professional was this doctor? Was this doctor licensed? What can be done when a doctor makes such a mistake? Can't there be any redress that can happen? Yes, the harm has already been caused, but shouldn't we do something? I'm just thinking. Elorm, we need some music. Let's cross over to here. It's a Helping Hand show. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
It's the music segment on the Helping Hand TV show.
Wow. nusi mawa enyo nusia 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 nusi mawa enyo.
H4P, celebrating 10 years of bringing dignity to disability. Hooray! It's H4P Show Time.
Tracy, I'm in. I really need to talk to you.
Okay, Stella, I'll be right there. Well, wow. Wow, you don't look bad at all. What's up with you? Stella, what is it? Huh. Stella, what's the meaning of this? Oh.
Tracy Williams. How many times have I called you?
Stella, what is it?
It is good you have asked, though. It is very good you have asked. Tracy, there is a humongous storm brewing in my house. There is a gigantic conflagration threatening the peace in my marriage. And it's all sponsored by your husband.
My husband? Collins?
Hey, and if I may ask, how many husbands do you have?
Okay, how do you mean?
Tracy, your husband wants to destroy my marriage. Your husband wants to destroy my marriage. And from all indications, he might succeed. He might succeed, oh. Tracy, I beg you. I beg you in the name of God. If you are part of this conspiracy, kindly resign. Please tender in your resignation. But if in any case you are not part of this diabolic plan to spoil my marriage, then Tracy, Mrs. Tracy Williams, I beseech you by the omnipotent, almighty and everlasting mercies of God, advise your husband. Advise your husband. Because I can see that he's very resolute and very much determined to render me a divorcee. But it will not happen. God forbid. Tracy, our elders say that a word to the wise is always just enough.
Hey, Stella! Oh, I'm dumbfounded. Stella, so you left your own house, came all the way to my own house, just to rain insults on me and my innocent husband?
Oh, forget the innocent husband part.
Purchase copies of the H4P melodrama DVDs today. Contact H4P on +233 209 555 777 or +233 596 313 338. All sales are for the promotion of our disability advocacy, so grab your copies now. It's H4P Show Time. It's 10 years of bringing dignity to disability. H4P Ajiko.
You're welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show. With me, the voice of ability for persons with disability. My very special guest, Mildred Boy, is still here with me. Mildred, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to find out. We've not finished with the story, but why didn't you decide to sue this doctor? Why didn't you decide to take this thing up? Why didn't you decide to report him if we would have to close down his practice? Because how many people should suffer this kind of negligence? Why didn't you decide to do that?
There was confusion. There was confusion all over. My husband was confused. I was in pain. My mom my dad, my family, everybody was confused and centered on my healing rather than suing him.
Did the doctor own up to his mistake? Did he accept that he has made a mistake?
He did not.
My goodness.
He did not. He did not. And he never did till today.
Wow.
He did not. I had to find another source of money, help, go to counseling, try other things to get to where I am today. After 6 months, we went to 3 months then. So it was then that a friend, another doctor friend, called to check up on me, and I told the doctor what had happened, and he said I should seek for a second opinion because there was a lot of discharge that was coming out from the wounds were not healing.
Yeah.
And it was discharging profusely. So he asked that I...
Meanwhile, you had 6 months to have healed if everything went well.
Yes. 6 months the least, yeah. And 6 months my situation has worsened.
My goodness.
So I went for a second opinion. In fact, what I learned was that if there is a surgery on you by another doctor, you will have to get
a referral
from that doctor. I went to him, pleaded.
Don't tell me.
He didn't. He didn't. I went to him, pleaded, cried, told him I was in pain, I was dying. He should give me a referral to go see another doctor. He didn't.
And he wouldn't do it because it would expose the wrongs he did.
Yes. If you have to give a referral, you will have to tell the person what you did and how this has come about. I was on a lot of antibiotics.
My goodness.
I was in so much pain. My husband was confused because this is something that we had happened that we thought that it was something minor. And so there was a lot of confusion around. So my husband, I think, told me that we should leave him for now and then focus on my healing. That's the most important thing because I had left my children at home.
Yeah.
And he had to be coming from home to the hospital every time. So he was focused on me getting healed. Then when I get back home, we can do what we have to do with the doctor.
Mildred, let me pause the story and ask you, this wonderful husband of yours, this amazing man, standing with you throughout, going up and down, was he that strong, or he was being a man? Did he have private times of depression, down times, crying? Did you see anything like that?
Yeah, the type of man I have will not show you like, usually, like all you men are. He will not show it in front of you, but I can imagine from his voice, I could see from his face that he had cried. Probably the night before coming to see me, he will come sometimes shaking.
My God.
Yes, but he has to be strong for me to be strong and for the children as well.
Financially? How was he managing?
It wasn't easy, Doc. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, Bishop. It wasn't easy. We were supported by family and friends. He stood by me. He went through his own difficulty.
God bless him.
Yes. At a point, I wanted my folder, my card, everything that he used in that hospital.
Yeah.
And he would not give me. I prayed a lot that some God should just do something, some way, somehow. So I went to, I was always going for my dressing at Family Health Hospital, just around Teshi. So I went there one day to have the dressing. Immediately the nurse opened the wound. The water that gushed out from the wound. She said, "Madam, why? Who did this to you? What happened?" At that time, today I smile, but at that time you could not even ask me anything. I would tear up.
Yeah.
I'll cry.
Yeah.
So she hurriedly went into the consulting room and they mentioned it to the doctor on duty. And then I had to go and tell the whole story. Wow. So he gave me the referral and asked me to go to Kolebu.
But then you still have your folder, you still have your...
I don't have any, I did not have anything. So the doctor at Family Health only took what I said.
Okay.
And wrote the referral. And I took it to Kolebu. That was around, it happened in March. That was around September, October. We had gotten so deep into. And at that time, when I got to Kolebu, eventually they wanted me to, you know, get to the bottom of everything. I told them the name of the doctor. I told them what had happened, everything. I even gave them his number, and they said they were going to contact him for him to tell them what he did and how he got the situation worse. They tried. He didn't. He didn't. I have not seen him since 2008. I have never set my eyes on him again.
Does that mean that the medical council, they don't have a disciplinary committee?
That I can't tell. That I can't tell. That I can't tell. And like I said, because we were focused on getting my health back rather than chasing him, my husband was not too much focused on getting to that side.
But he should at least release your folders so that the other doctors that would help.
I went there, cried on him. I told him I was dying. I had grown so lean because of the pain. Became so black. I could not even recognize myself again because of the pain and the sleepless night that I was going. And he would only give me antibiotics and painkillers. And I got to a point the antibiotics and the painkillers were not even helping.
Yeah.
And getting to Kolebu, after this Good Samaritan has helped, the first doctor that I met immediately suggested amputation.
Whoa.
Yeah, because the leg has gotten so bad. So bad, there was nothing they think that they were going to do.
Amputation?
Yeah. My dad wept. I held my dad like a baby holding the mother. I held my dad. I did not cry. I wept. You know, when somebody, when you feel sad inside, you will weep. I wept so
And I'm
badly.
sure he would also be crying.
Yeah, my dad cried. Amputation. Then I told the doctor that we will go and pray about it.
Wow.
And then we will come back.
Wow.
In fact, I'll have to go and tell my husband, and then we'll pray about it. We'll come back again. So, at that time, everybody, like I said, was confused. My mom, I don't know, so devastated. We came home, we prayed, and then I decided to give it the next shot.
Okay.
This time, we met another set of doctors.
Okay.
Who said they were not too sure that it will work, but they would try. They did not suggest amputation.
Amputation, okay.
But they were not too sure
their solution would be
what would happen. So they told me everything that they were going to do.
What did they say they were going to do?
They were going to, first of all, take the plates and the nail, the metal and the screws, everything out. And then they will keep washing the infection till there is no infection in the leg again before we could even think of going
next step
for another fixing of the leg. I agreed, because the more the nail and the metal stays inside, the more
the infection. Yeah.
So I agreed, and I wanted to be free. I wanted to, to get off the painkillers, because I was afraid of my heart, my lungs, my liver, everything.
It could spread?
Yes. So I allowed them. So I was booked for a surgery. In fact, I stayed in Kolebu from 2008 to 2009, close to a year, going through that procedure. So they took it out, washed the infection as and when it comes. So I was going through a number of surgeries as and when they think that they need to wash the infection.
At this point, I don't want to be asking you, were you in pain? Were you in pain? Because it's getting to me. I'm just hearing the story and I'm feeling it.
Yeah. Excruciating. The pain was so excruciating. Sometimes they wonder if, I could bear it.
Wow.
Yes, but I did. I did some way, somehow.
And the procedure, was it working?
Yes, it worked. It worked to a certain point.
Okay.
Because clearing up the infection alone was a major, landmark for us. So the infection got cleared between 2009 and 2012. I went through that series. As and when, yes, I was discharged in Kolebu after close to a year there. And then 2010, I came home. And then as and when they think that we need to go to the theater, I come. So I was now operating from home, but I was not going anywhere from the theater 2-3 days, probably a week, so that they follow what they have done.
So you were bedridden?
Yes. Oh, for a long time. For 4 years. 2009, 2010, 11, 12, I was in bed throughout.
Mildred, if you were bedridden, then you would have bed sores?
It's painful. I was in diapers. I could not, it got to a point I could not understand what I was going through anymore. A simple slip, a small fracture.
Going to cook dinner for the family.
And today, the story is different. And money, financially, because I was always on one medication or the other. Surgeries were not free.
So how many surgeries did you undergo?
A lot.
A lot?
Quite.
My goodness.
I told somebody, I lost count at 20, 15, 20, I lost count.
My goodness.
But I was bent on getting myself healed.
Yeah.
So I was not even looking at the pain. I wanted to probably sit here and share my story.
Wow.
So I was looking at the bigger picture.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. I know you're enjoying this story, but this all time would allow us. So this will be a part 1, but I promise you I'm going to come with the part 2 of this story. Stay tuned in next week. Thank you so much, DV Unlimited, Company Limited, Fast Chapel, my proud sponsors, and thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned in for the next part of this very amazing interview next week. Thank you to my crew. You make this possible, and I'm so grateful. I'm going to come your way again with the Helping Hand TV show next week. But until then, remember, disability is not inability. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, and God bless you.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters where made stronger in the presence of my Savior.